Rangers, do you feel like you owe them after the result at Dens?
I wouldn't say we owe them, no. I just think it's another fixture coming up and we're in a good run of form at the moment. You know, we're showing a real level of consistency and Rangers are the next opponent and it's a difficult opponent, but no, we'll treat it like every game. You know, we're away from home, which is difficult. We're against a really good opponent, a strong opponent, but no, the last game really won't come into it. I don't think. It's just us preparing for this game and making sure we probably make a better account of ourselves than we did in the last game.
I mean, the early goals in the 5-0 at Dens sort of killed you, so is Ibrox the place where you really need to get that patience into the squad?
I just think, like every game, as I say, it's important that you try and make sure that your game plan, you execute that over the opponent. And this week we've been analysing Rangers as we would do every team, and there's huge strengths in their team, you know that, but there's weaknesses as well. So what you try and do is exploit any weaknesses and any strengths they've got. You try and negate that as much as possible with the staff that you've got and the players that you've got and the system that you're going to play. So we'll endeavour to do that all week and we'll go down there with a game plan and hopefully carry that out.
Do you enjoy the tactical challenge of going to the Old Firm?
Yeah, I do. I enjoy that. You're playing against good teams. That's the whole point, you know. Dundee getting promoted, that's the whole point, to go and play at venues like Ibrox and Celtic Park and pit your wits against the best in the country. There's no doubt they are. Particularly Rangers at the moment, they're on a real good run of form since the new manager. I think it's 5 wins and 1 draw in the league. So yeah, you do, and the players look forward to that more importantly as well. You know, you're playing against the top level, you know, so you know on the day you need to be your best. You know, you need to make sure that you're ready for the challenge, and that's why we'll go down there having had a good week's training, looking into how we're going to play and hopefully execute a game plan.
You have players though, they can score against anyone, we've seen it. This isn't a foregone conclusion though that Rangers are going to win, is it?
Well, you know, I think I'll only look at my own team, you know, in terms of our form. You know, that Rangers game, I think we had 5 clean sheets out of 6. The only one we didn't have was against Rangers. And since that comeback after international break, we've, I think we've scored 8 goals in 3 games. So, you know, if we can get the goal scoring and the goal conceding right, then that gives you that healthy balance going into any game, any opponent. Hopefully look to try and take points from the game. So that's what we're endeavouring to do against a strong Rangers team.
And just finally, any team news? How is everyone?
There's been a few bumps and bruises, you know, early part of training. Some boys are not trained, but no, everybody's okay at the moment. We're nursing a few injuries, but there's nothing major. Obviously, Diego Pineda, he's still out. He's got a quadricep injury, but everybody else, we're hopeful will train this latter part of the week and be ready for Saturday.
You'll get well soon to Diego and everybody else that's got a bump and a bruise.
Thank you, thanks very much.
Just a couple from myself. Obviously, Owen Beck's been one of the kind of standout players in the league this season. He's now added 2 goals in his last 2 games, and just how happy to see those goals now coming to his game as well. Yeah,
it's something he's added, Owen, absolutely, and you know he capped off. I thought it was a really strong team performance on Saturday with a goal. You know, so he's weighing in with goals as well. So him along with a lot of others. You know, I think there's been a really consistent level of performance and. As a manager, that's what you want. You want players doing that consistently, and also the ones behind that are putting pressure on them to make sure that they do perform consistently. And if they don't, others that get in take their opportunity. An example of that being Aaron Donnelly at the weekend. You know, he came into the team with Lammy not being able to play because it's his parent club, and he put in a really strong performance. And as a manager, that's what you want to see.
And just, as you spoke about there, with that kind of strong and consistent performances, obviously sitting in the top 6 at the moment, you've been a really strong start to the season. And just how confident are you keep that going for the rest of the season?
Well, I really just focus, and I know you guys, it's a bit cliche, I just focus game to game, and as do the players. And, we've looked at Saturday's game against Mother, we've analysed that, seen what we've done well, what we can do better, and now it's Rangers. In the next game, if we can try and maintain the levels of consistency, which I've got to say we have been doing, probably out with the Rangers game. I think that was a wee bit of an anomaly, in terms of performances and results for the season. If we can maintain that on a match basis, a game-to-game basis, then hopefully we'll maintain the levels that we're doing at the moment and the consistency of performance.
Just how are you feeling heading into Rangers?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think that's the kind of atmosphere around here. Everyone's looking forward to it. There's nothing better than going to play a big club like Rangers at a great stadium like Ibrox.
Do you feel like you owe them after the result at Dens?
No, yeah, it's easy to say that obviously, but we know it's not going to be an easy game. They're a good side, it's a hard place to go, so it'll be a hard game again, but yeah, I don't see why we can't go there and get some points.
Like, given the 5-0 at Dens, is Ibrox the place for some patience?
Yeah, we know what it's going to be like. They're probably going to have a lot of the ball and we're going to have to stay compact and disciplined, but it's always the same when you go to their places. So as long as we do our job, hopefully we can stay in the game and hopefully get something from it.
And you sort of alluded to it, but what about the sort of the tactical challenge? Is that something that you enjoy when you go to the Old Firm?
Yeah, definitely, because you learn what your teammates are like. You know, you need to trust each other. Everyone needs to be fully switched on at all times, otherwise they can score in a matter of seconds. So we all need to trust each other, go there, work hard, and then hopefully we get a reward.
Must take a lot of mental preparation then.
Yeah, it's hard because, like you say, we know what we're going there to face. They're a good side. They'll have the crowd behind them. Obviously, they're on a good bit of form just now, so it's not going to be easy. But it never is when you go there. So, but I think we're all looking forward to it.
I mean, you, the team, you know, there's been some brilliant moments where, you know, you've proved you can score against anyone. This isn't a forgotten conclusion that it's a Rangers win.
No, definitely not. But I think obviously going there, we're always going to be the underdogs. Everyone is when they go to Ibrox. So we know what we're going to face him. I think like us as well, we're in a good bit of form just now. We've put together some good performances. We've been unlucky in the last couple of weeks not to get more from the games, but as long as we keep performing the way we will, I think we can go away there and get something.
That's great, thank you.
And you know, Lyle, it's been a really strong, you know, start to the season from yourselves. And just, you know, what do you think's behind that so far? And do you kind of have belief that that's going to continue right throughout the campaign?
Yeah, I think you look at our performances and where we're sitting at the table. I think we could even be higher than we are just now. We've chucked away a few points here and there where we shouldn't have, but I think the performances have been really strong. There's real good togetherness in the group, and I think we're just going to keep improving and keep getting better and hopefully keep adding to the table.
And obviously, at the moment, it's still an incredibly, you know, ridiculously tight table even, but currently sitting in the top 6. And is that something you hope that come the end of the season you kind of secured your place in there?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we still need to focus on just getting ourselves far away from the bottom as we can, because that was the original goal for the club, is avoid relegation again. So that's still the main goal just now. I don't think we're clear of that just yet. So work away from that and hopefully look towards going top 6 after that.